Hey everyone, it's Tom here, Battle Rap Resume, with a quick update. I don't think I'd ever really say this, with a quick update on my quote-unquote beef with Briggzy, the Northern coordinator, the Don't Flop battler Briggzy. Yes, that's right. We have had a little bit of adversarial interaction. Just before I get into that though, as ever, please follow the show at Battle Rap Resume. Please get in touch with me, battleresume@gmail.com. I know Briggzy's not going to like this, but please check out our Patreon. He was clowning on the Patreon quite a lot. That's patreon.com/Battle Resume. Don't Flop has a Patreon, doesn't it, as well? So it doesn't really make sense to clown on it. But yeah, check that out. The sort of, the bottom tier of, I should say, of the Patreon get you access to loads of exclusive content. If you want to donate a bit more, you can listen to Battle Rap Resume episodes and videos months, weeks before they come out. Thank you very much. Please also leave us a review on iTunes, subscribe on the YouTube, all that good stuff. So yeah, I thought I'd pop this up here just quickly, both for posterity in the future to reflect on this odd moment in the history of the show, and also because I realise a lot of people who listen might not be on Viewpoint, on Facebook, whatever, might not have seen this thing go down. So let's just kind of recap what has happened here, because it's still ongoing, and it could eventually end in a battle. So it's nice to have this little historical document. Anyway, so I want to start off by saying, I've done a lot of episodes now. I love doing the show. It's kind of a dream come true, really, as a minor fan who gets to talk to all these people. It's it's brilliant, and thank you all for listening. I really, really appreciate that. I'm not going to like every battler, and I don't have to, and it's not important to. It's about being objective. It's about developing a palette of taste, a comparison point between I think this is good and this is bad, and this is how I can go with that. And if I've ever offended any battlers with what I've said, then I am sorry. I don't want to offend anyone. That's definitely not what I set out to do. But I think I'm quite a nice guy on here. I think I'm quite a fair person. Like, I've never gone at anyone, and I never intend to do that either. And I'm sorry again if any feelings have been hurt. But yeah, I say that as a point of introduction because this is kind of where we start. Essentially, the catalyst of this interaction between us, of this antagonism, was a comment that I made to was recently on the show, doing a Checkpoint 4 preview, which is, by the way, got like 2,000 views in like a week. It's fucking insane. Like, thank you so much for everyone that's been listening to that. Definitely check that out. Definitely get tickets for Checkpoint as well. don'tflop.com/tickets. But yeah, I'll play you the clip. I think there was a little bit of I think I had seen Briggzy tweet something earlier about not being happy with something I'd said on an episode or something. And in the clip I'm about to post, I think I refer to comments I've made as well. But looking back, I can't really remember what I said. But wouldn't have said it out of nowhere. Maybe he was. Maybe he just wanted to stir it. And he definitely did. But yeah, so was on the show. And what I'm about to play you is two clips. This is kind of about 5 minutes in between each one. Basically, starts by asking me if I don't fuck with Briggzy. And then I sort of cap it off by the way I describe his battle with Danny Jack. You'll see it now. Here we go.
Hey, funny story though. Like, I've never heard which episode it's supposedly said in, but supposedly you don't rate Briggzy. Now, I'm not saying you should or not, but I've heard through the grapevine that you don't fuck with Briggzy. I'm not sure how you feel about Danny Jack, but I know you don't fuck with Briggzy.
It's not that I don't fuck with Briggzy. I think
Let's turn me interviewing you, bro. You have to know.
No. It's not not at all that I don't fuck with Briggzy at all. I think I've maybe been a little overly harsh on some comments in regard. But I've got, I was thinking this today. Like, I'm allowed to not fuck with people. Like I can't be expected to like everyone.
I don't give a fuck. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't care less. That's between you and him. Yeah. I just think it's funny. I just have to ask you. But anyway, yeah. You think Danny Jack's going to throw?
well, obviously, yeah. I mean,
I don't even know this, but I reckon you don't fuck with Danny Jack either, mate.
Do I have to fuck with either? Like,
So basically, you think both of them are trash.
Yeah, that's a cigarette break battle for me, I think. But I'll be.
That's funny.
So yeah, that happened, and I mean, fairly innocuous, right? And then on Viewpoint a few days later, posted the episode just asking what people thought of it, and Briggzy, which is fair enough, just started to sort of clown on me, talking about the Patreon. Apparently I say the word a lot, apparently I stutter a lot on the camera. Do I? Maybe I do, actually. I do kind of, there we go, that just happened there. So, it can happen. I understand that. It's all in good jest, nothing personal was done here. He then put a post as well saying, quote, looking forward to these post-battle interviews. I should say, sorry, that in the actual episode as a whole, we confirmed that I'd be doing the post-battle interviews for Checkpoint 4 like I did at the 8th birthday pre-party. I should say, unfortunately, I didn't mention this in the episode, I'm not going to be doing the initial pre-party interviews, so I'm not going to be there, which would have made great content on camera, but unfortunately I can't get there. I'm just going to be at the main day, but maybe we'll bump into each other and catch something on there, who knows. So sorry, Briggzy says, quote, looking forward to these post-battle interviews we have to do at Checkpoint, quotes have to do, with that guy who never got a call back after his tryout. Ow. I think someone corrected you in the comments there that I did actually come back and have a forgettable battle against 142. Thank you very much. So, that's certainly not, the veracity of that isn't true. Going to be good, he concludes. I mean, I understand that, and I the next morning, I hadn't seen that when they were posted that night. Someone inboxed me, sort of let me know that this had gone down, sort of thing. And, it was funny. It was interesting to read. It was nice to see that it stirred a reaction from someone. Did I think he was maybe going a bit far just because I'd sort of, said it was a smoke vape battle or whatever? I don't know. Is it too far? It's not too far. It's just a comment sort of thing. And I like to stir, like I'm sure did as well. So I kind of tagged Briggzy in the morning of that day and basically just saying how sensitive he was. What say we settle this in a battle, I ask? It'd be a pleasure to body you. Quite an out there thing to say again, but I just wanted a bit of promo, I suppose. It was fun. Like, I liked the idea of him sort of gunning at me. I wanted to gun back, and I have been thinking of battling again. Obviously, I've interviewed all these people. I love hearing about the process, and it always got the juices flowing, but I've never really just been writing bars or something. But when I've read that from Briggzy, I was like, I remember saying to my girlfriend in the morning, I was like, I kind of want to battle this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be interesting to see sort of the podcast go against the battler. I don't know if he'd do it, whatever, but maybe he would do it if I could cause a bit of interaction there. And cause it, I did. It kind of really blew up, which was mad to see. We kind of went back and forth in the comments. He kind of bodied me early on, definitely. Then I kind of bodied him a bit worse. I mean, go on to the comments. It was quite volatile, actually, reading them back in the cold light of this, warm light of this Sunday morning. But it's still really interesting. I'm not going to quote what we went through there and stuff like that, but just check it out on Viewpoint. What was important, really, was that people were interested in this. It wasn't just me putting it on there and it got like 1 or 2 likes. It got tons of likes, tons of comments. People disagreeing with me, people saying, how the fuck would he do this? People enjoying what I was doing. People, hate it or love it. People kind of wanting to see more of it, which was really, really good. I mean, sort of again with the stirring, went out of his way to dedicate a post to me in the afternoon, which, I mean, it's in jest, but I'm going to recite here just because I want to. It's great for the ego. Quote from just want to take this time out to shout out Tom, my brother, my best friend, my inspiration, the hardest working man in the entire UK battle rap scene. Wow. A man whose work ethic, attitude and dedication eclipses my own by light years. We're indebted to you. Tom, I salute you. Anything you need, you got it. I'm at your disposal. Yours faithfully, Rowan, which is, I mean, a wonderful, wonderful thing. I actually posted that on the Twitter at battlerapresume, so check that out for the screenshot if you're not on Viewpoint. And like I say, people got intrigued by this. People started putting their own posts about it. There were more stuff. The comments kept rolling in throughout the day. Danny Jack, who I think he thinks that I slighted him through the smoke break. But please don't take this personal. Again, that's kind of what I want to get across here. Like, I'm not gunning for anyone. It's just kind of funny to me more than anything. Like, I just think the whole thing's kind of just silly and kind of like jestful as we are. So Danny Jack did a really funny analysis, because the irony is my battle with 142, Briggsy's on the front and he doesn't really respond that well. I mean, so he shouldn't really. The material wasn't that great. I've had a few haymakers here and there, but whatever. But it's kind of when you check the thumbnails, it's me and him in the thumbnail, like, as if the gods of fate determine that. So yeah, Danny posted a great thing on there, and Heretic as well. Heretic imagined how the battle would go down with some spot on impressions. So yeah, let's hear Heretic's take. I love this.
I fucking work for Don't Flop, bro. You just volunteer for them. I've done a podcast episode with Chilla Jones.
There was even a poll. Because there was this debate that was like, why should this battle happen? No one cares. Briggzy kept talking about views and all that stuff. Like, I personally feel it's about competition. Briggzy doesn't get views that much. I don't get views that much. It's not about the views, really. It's not going to bring in any monetization for Don't Flop or whatever like that. It's not going to be a, fucking shotty Arsenal or anything like that. I just think people would like to see it. I think, without being too big-headed here, quite a lot of people fuck with Battle Rap Resume. Quite a lot of people dig the show, and I love that you dig the show. I have a lot of downloads, a lot of listens and stuff. And I think the idea of me coming out to battle Briggzy, I think that would get at least a small portion of an audience engaged. It necessarily wasn't anymore. And yeah, the poll, 131 people wanted it to go down. Thank you for all of those voting, compared to 34 against. So that is a kind of crazy ratio here. And as the day continued and there were more posts here and there, Briggzy posted, yo, on a reel though, I've been editing a shed load of MMA footage today, and this BRR shit has been funny and kept me awake. I've got no issues with Tom as a person. I don't know the cunt. I've pulled him before on Twitter about comments made and told him I don't care if he rates me as a battler. Not everyone is going to, but sometimes he says dickhead shit about battlers, not just me. But yeah, us battling isn't going to happen. I'd honestly rather watch one of his reviews than him spitting bars at me. It was very nice, I must say, in this post that Briggzy made, that a lot of people commented disagreeing with Briggzy, which I do really, because as I said in the intro, I try and be really fair. I try, because I love battling. Like, there's a few battlers I don't fuck with, but for the whole part of it, if you go up on stage and you spit your bars and you're putting your writing out there competitively, like I admire you in that regard. And it's never meant harshly what I'm saying, really. It's just on a critical, like, in the terms of criticism rather than actually being critical of someone. And there was one comment by Fergus that I really appreciated that kind of summed up my thinkings. He said, I don't really think, in reference to myself, I don't really think that he makes that many comments about battlers that are unfounded. And to be honest, it feels like he rates a lot more people than I and others do. So if he says someone is shit, then they probably are. Okay, okay, maybe a little bit contentious on the end there, but yeah, that's how I feel as well, really. Like Briggzy saying that, he says dickhead shit about battlers, not just me. What dickhead shit have I said, really? The smoke break that I don't have to fuck with everyone. Like, I haven't like gunned for you personally. I don't really understand this, Briggzy, but maybe when we battle, we can explain this, because the battle could happen. Up to that point, up to these comments, it was very much in the air. Briggzy didn't seem to want to do it. I understand that, but I think he should want to do it. I think he battled Kofi, he battled a tryout. Let's do it April Fools. Let's do this somewhere where people want to see it, because they do really want to see it. Ideally, small room sessions would be incredible, but Danny sort of called me out on sort of booking my own battles, and I understand that, like, it's your guys' league and all that sort of thing, but people want this, and most importantly, Shocks the Rebel wants this. So this was on the Tuesday, all these posts were flying about, and it was entertaining. I hope a lot of other people entertained it. I know a lot of people were fucking it. A lot of people were inboxing me, sort of being like, what the hell's going on? I never thought I'd ever see this happen with you and Briggzy, and I'm just like, whatever, let's just enjoy ourselves in the heat of this flare. So anyway, on the night of that Tuesday, I was recording a episode of Battle Rap Resume, episode with Tony D, which is an incredible episode. I'm going to try and get that out on the Patreon very soon. Sorry, Briggzy, the Patreon again, I know. I'm going to try to get that on the Patreon really soon. It was awesome, brilliant to have Tony on. And during that conversation, my screen kept flaring up, and, I seemed to be getting loads of tweets, or I was sort of tagged in, stuff like that. And, I mean, great friend of the show, someone that I fuck with, enormously. I think the guy's an incredible writer. Definitely check out the video that Bobby Rex posted on his behalf on Viewpoint. This is Shocks the Rebel, of course. His bars battle, his bars video was astonishing. Like, Jesus Christ, he's in the mode of his life, it seems. Anyway, Shocks tweeted on the night of April 4th, I want to see Bison Briggs and Battle Rap Resume Tom go at it. 3 rounds in a small room session by a 1-2. I mean, fucking do it. Safe. So it was that was crazy to read. That was wow. That was like, this guy's got my back to a certain extent, but also just, I think he also sees, Shocks is a fan, and Shocks can see that this would be quite a fun battle. Like, there's something on the line here, and I want to see what Briggzy says about the podcast, about me, all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm game for it. I'm down. Like, absolutely. So I had a little back and forth on Twitter and stuff like that, and it basically ended with Shocks saying, it's a deal. If I win, you do the battle, okay? So I was talking about him versus Soul, the title. I'm even more determined now, and Briggzy said 100%. He tagged Danny and Erin and said, if Shocks wins the title, set me and the Wally up, which, I'm the Wally in question here. So Shocks has got the title match involved. The contender is putting it on the line there. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're if you're at Checkpoint, if you're watching all the updates rolling and all that sort of good stuff. If Shocks wins, which, I mean, we've discussed this battle a few times now on the podcast running up to it, and it's just going to be a real clash. Like, I can't fucking wait for it. If Shocks wins, Briggsy's agreed to battle me. As to where it'll be, as to when it'll be, all that sort of ramifications, who knows? If Soul wins, does that mean Briggzy won't battle me? I don't know. It's still up in the air, but I thought I'd do this quick little ramble chat for you to keep you all up to date, keep your listeners up to date, to explain that it's not that serious. It's quite an entertaining sort of kerfuffle that's emerged here, but the fact that, Urs made the post, Shocks made the post, people are getting involved doing their parodies of it. People are, they do see that there is an allure to this thing. So yeah, keep that in mind. The title match is suddenly got a lot more interesting, which I put on a post, and a few people called me out, and it was like, I'm clearly being ironic here. Like, Shocks versus Soul could be the greatest battle ever. The fact that fucking Soliloquy versus Briggzy is attached to the expansion pack means nothing. I know that. Like, I've got an ego, but not that big. I understand that it's Shocks versus Soul that's the big deal here. But yeah, that's me versus Briggzy. The beef explained briefly. Do you think this is stupid? Do you think I'm an idiot, an arsehole? Do you think I should just stay in my lane? Comment below. Do you think this battle should happen? Comment also, just, I want to hear your opinions. Who would you think would win? Because, I've been watching a few Briggzy battles over the past few days, and, he's decent. Like, he's beaten a lot of good people and he's battled a lot of places, and I still think I'd win. I honestly still think I'd win. I don't know, that's obnoxious and arrogant, but that you need to be like that as a fucking battler sometimes. I've been writing a lot as well. Really, something's been uncorked within me, and you know, Briggzy's a hard one to name flip. By the way, struggle with the name flips, but no, I've been writing a lot of material. Really enjoying myself, and who knows if it doesn't come about, maybe I'll just put the bars out. But I really want this to go down in some form. Hopefully, a Rappling Jack or anything like that. So yeah, there you go. Go on Viewpoint. Search myself, search Briggzy on there, and you'll sort of see the post that went down if you want to know more about it and all that good stuff. But yeah, this has been Tom, Battle Rap Resume, a weird episode to put out, but you know, a necessary one. Hopefully this will provide some interest to people and you won't just see me as this kind of sycophantic fan or something like that. So yeah, get at me, battleresume@gmail.com, @BattleRapResume. Please support us on the Patreon, patreon.com/BattleResume. Thank you personally so much to everyone that is donating to the show, that fuck with the show on that level. I really appreciate that. We've got tons and tons of great episodes coming up for you soon. We've got, in the next couple of weeks, we've got Enigma coming out. We've got Dots, we've got Villain, Tony, of course. We've got Dialect lined up, Respect BA. You know, I've got loads and loads of people on the cards, and you know, just loving it really. Just really loving doing this show. Thank you guys so much for fucking with it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Yeah, but Briggzy, let's do this battle, man. Like, let's really go for this. Like, I think this will be fun. People say, like, why should we do this battle? What's the point of it? Does there need to be a point? Like, there's a divide there. People have seen this build organically on, you know, on Viewpoint, and you know, I think the powers that be have an interest as well in it. But yeah, if Shocks wins, hopefully it'll go down. But yeah, this is Tom, Battle Resume. See you in a bit.